If you're moving from the USA to Australia with a dog or cat, here's the truth. Your biggest risk is not the flight, it's the timeline. Australia's process is measured in months, not weeks, and one missed step can reset your clock. In this video, we'll show you the step-by-step process to move your pet from the USA to Australia, the realistic 6 to 8+ month planning window, and the exact points where most people lose time. And if you want, WorldCare Pet can build your pet's compliant schedule and handle the logistics door to door. Australia's process is easiest to understand in 4 phases. Phase 1, pre-planning and eligibility. Phase 2, vaccines, testing, and waiting periods. Phase 3, government approvals and quarantine booking. And Phase 4, travel, arrival, and quarantine. Australia's rules are set by the Department of Agriculture, Fisheries and Forestry, and requirements depend on your origin country group. The USA is a Group 3 country, which means you'll follow the more detailed rabies-controlled pathway. Before planning your move, make sure your dog or cat's breed is eligible for import into Australia. This means confirming that Australia accepts your pet's breed for entry, including reviewing any restricted or prohibited breeds like those shown on the screen. It is also important to consider your pet's overall health and age and speak with a USDA-accredited veterinarian for guidance. Your pet must complete all required pre-export veterinary procedures before departure to help ensure they are eligible to enter Australia. Now let's talk about the step that affects almost every part of your timeline: the microchip, rabies vaccine, and the rabies titer test. First, your pet must have an ISO-compliant microchip, and it must be implanted before their most recent rabies vaccination. This is the only identification method Australia accepts. Before any other pre-export preparations can begin, your pet's identity must also be verified by a competent authority. Once that is done, your pet will need a rabies vaccination from a government-approved veterinarian. Your pet must be at least 84 days old, and then you'll need to wait 3 to 4 weeks before a blood sample can be taken for the rabies titer test. That sample must be sent to a recognized laboratory, and Australia requires a passing result of 0.5 IU/ml or higher. Australia requires a mandatory 180-day waiting period, starting from the date the lab receives your pet's passing rabies titer test sample. That is one of the main reasons why most pet moves from the USA to Australia take 6 to 8 months to plan, sometimes longer. After testing is complete, you move into the approval stage. This is when you apply for the Australian import permit. Most permits are issued in 20 to 40 business days, but in some cases, it can take up to 123 business days. So you will want to give yourself plenty of time. You will also need to make sure the permit is valid on the date your pet arrives in Australia. Once the permit is in place, you can request quarantine space at Mickleham. For USA to Australia moves, pets are usually required to complete 30 days of quarantine, although some may qualify for a reduced stay of at least 10 days if their identity was officially verified before the rabies titer test blood draw. If there are any concerns about paperwork or biosecurity requirements, the quarantine period may be extended. It is also important to think carefully about pet-friendly travel arrangements. Your pet will need to travel as manifest cargo in an IATA-approved crate and must arrive directly into Melbourne International Airport. If you want the safest path to Australia for your pet, the best first step is a timeline review. At WorldCare Pet, we help map out your pet's compliance schedule, coordinate USDA-endorsed documents, manage permits, quarantine planning, pet-friendly routing, and more, so you don't lose valuable time to a preventable mistake. Click the free Request a Quote link in the description below. WorldCare Pet Transport. We're the heart of your move.